I'm a young man from West Belfast. Got into music there about maybe 10 years ago when I was just turning 20. Yeah, so my journey into music's been interesting. I was born on the doorsteps of the Spring Hill Festival. So there was always music around the house. Obviously, my mother and father are very influenced by their own musical tastes and whatever, but being involved in community activism in the Upper Springfield, they had been linked to the fella. I sort of had front row seats. I wasn't of the right age, I was too young, but was able to see all the concerts from my bedroom window. Just through having a big exposure to music and art as a young person. I think it sort of came back at me here in my early 20s, and I've sort of taken it upon myself to learn guitar and I do a bit of songwriting. Yeah, I'm going to do a wee selection, a wee set here of a couple of my own songs, one from Luke Kelly and then one which is sort of an exclusive song, and I'll explain a wee bit about that. Yeah, it took me by surprise. Me and my girlfriend were in Liverpool there before Christmas, around about October. And to our surprise, Nicer from Frankie Goes to Hollywood showed up and was having a few pints and sort of got up and done this impromptu set where he sang two songs. The first one was about George Osborne, the ex-Tory treasurer, and then we had the second one was Scum, and that's the one that really hit home for me. It was a song, just an original written by Nicer about immigration and about the whole right-wing sort of narrative that's being put out there that immigrants are somehow damaging our society, and I just thought that it was some of the language in the song was poignant, and it sort of played on all those fears that you see in the media and in the news and all that misinformation about, you know, that sort of totally disregards the contribution that immigrants make to this country and have made to everything in the world forever in terms of development and adding the culture, and so it just really hit home with me. And I mentioned something to him in passing. I just says something about letting him know I was from Belfast, and I'd reached out to him later on through Facebook, the official Frankie Goes to Hollywood page, and it was blew away when he got back to me. I just says, look, do you mind if I take that song and do you mind if I perform it in live performances? So all credits to Brian Nice again. Scum, drift on the ocean, show no emotion. They're not me and you. They're all young men and fighting age women, holding shivering children. I really don't care. Won't you go home? Go back where you come from. It's not like you'll be the last ones. Sympathy's thin and humanity's, it's yesterday's news. Chaos at borders, motherless daughters and fatherless sons, and they brought Muslimic ray guns and their radical wrongings, and they don't speak the lingo, and I don't like their food. Won't you go home? Go back where you come from. It's not like you'll be the last ones. Sympathy's thin and humanity's, it's yesterday's news. I've no empathy. You're a virus in shoes.
We all need to get tough, 'cause we've all had enough of these scroungers and benefit cheats. And we can't build our own homes, we can't shelter our own. We should kick them all out in the streets. In the streets. But I have a dream. I have a dream. Well, you know what? Fuck your dream. Won't you go home? Go back where you come from. It's not like you'll be the last ones. Sympathy's thin and humanity's, it's yesterday's news.
So it was just Raglan Road. It's one of the most famous Irish songs. Anybody who's watched it on YouTube will have heard the snippet and the context of the song. It was passed to Luke Kelly by Patrick Kavanagh, and he says you're the only man in Ireland good enough to put a tune to that. So he gave him the song, and but the song itself, you know, it's as a piece of art. It was originally a poem, but being able to be then collaborated with in terms of two people and somebody else turning it into a song, and then the message in the songs, you know, a powerful message in terms of it's a love story and it goes way deep. It's philosophical. It's just an amazing song. So.
And on Raglan Road of an autumn day, I saw her first and knew that her dark hair would weave a snare that I might one day rue. And I saw the danger and I passed along the enchanted way, and I said, let grief be a fallen leaf at the dawning of the day. And on Grafton Street in November we trip lightly along the ledge of a deep ravine where can be seen the worths of passions pledged, and the Queen of Hearts still making tarts, and I'm not making hay, for I love too much, and by such is happiness thrown away. So I gave her gifts of the mind, I gave her the secret sign that is known to the artist who have known true gods of sound and stone, and word and tint too without stint, for I gave her poems to say with her own name there, and her own dark hair like clouds over fields of May. And on a quiet street where old ghosts meet, I see her walking now. away from me so hurriedly. My reason must allow, for I have loved not as I should, a creature made of clay. When the angel woos his clay, he'll lose his wings at the dawn of day.
So about 4 or 5 years ago, I can't remember the context of the reason why I started doing this, but I was going through a phase where I was getting into all these different bands. I was sort of listening a wee bit to Joy Division, and some of the writing of like Ian Curtis and stuff had a big impact on me in terms of going to that next level, trying to say something relevant to people's lives. And so I just thought about my own experience and really just started putting pen to paper. And I worked with a couple of local artists who are in bands and stuff to support me in producing the songs. But I recorded them. I recorded 3 of them. I wrote about 7 or 8, but I recorded 3 of them, and I was happy with at least 2 of those 3. So Waiting for the Fall is just sort of like my take on what it's like being working class and growing up in a society where working class people are at a massive disadvantage in relation to the amount of money and the amount of opportunity that could exist, and they're just cut out from it. So you'll probably, listening to the lyrics, you might find that you could relate to it yourself, or maybe not. Maybe I'm just full of shit.
It's not 1994 anymore. Park life education, it's a paranoid parade in this land of gold. No holidays and no tips and angry fits, and I'm sick to death with frozen chips, but they're all I've got on my plate. So now I'm taking blues to sleep, and I put them in the box you see. It's no work for kids at number 3, and it's an undercover killers see. I don't wanna be no one but me, but I'm flat broke, so assignment note. And I don't like school, no, it made me choke, and it's plain to see for all. We're waiting for the fall. Oh, 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 oh. And he's a single man up at 10, and it's a grey sky and heavy rain, and it's a private taxi. Don't be late, 'cause there's thousands waiting at the gate, and it's loose lips and sunken ships, and it's oh my God, would you look at this? They're sitting on that hill, fucking still. Just take your time and I'll just borrow till I'm paid. Yeah, for thousands that's the way, and it's just another Groundhog Day in this cauldron that they made. And it's a sick joke, and TV's broken. I don't like school, no, it made me choke, and it's plain to see for all. We're waiting for the fall. Oh, 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 oh. We're waiting for the fall. Oh, 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 oh. And they're suffocated, stranded here, and they're empty, yet they're filled with fear. And now I hardly watch TV, 'cause they robbed my granny on the BBC, and it's top 40, most of it. Well, it's a same day and the same old shit. It's a change of mind, that's all we need. But I'm singing to the walls, and it's against the bricks today, and tomorrow it's the same, and it's just another day in shame. Less it's they're the ones I'll blame, and then it's likely so, heaven knows, and it's lost forever, so it goes, and it's underneath it all. We're waiting for the fall. Oh, 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 oh. waiting for the fall.